Welcome back to another naval news segment. Today's news comes at us from USNI.org. That's the Naval Institute, and I would encourage everyone to go over there and make a free account. I feel like after doing this for over a year with them, I need to point out that I am not a spokesperson or in any way related to the US Naval Institute other than I am a member. And so I would encourage everyone to go to their website and just make a free account just to show your support. And you can, there's a great wealth of knowledge on that website. And I support their mission to increase the professionalism and capability of the Navy. And if you align with that, I would encourage you to go over there. But we're going to begin first with a dire warning from the FBI. They made a joint statement with MI5 and FBI Director Christopher Wray got together, and they're calling out China for what they've been doing for decades. And so China is changing the game. This is the words of the FBI Director. Game of covert pressure globally. So for a long time, we've all been aware that China's been stealing intellectual property, modifying it, making it their own, in some cases just blatantly copying it and putting it into their, technology, whether it's on servers, Wi-Fi, you name it. And it's just been really the cost of doing business in Asia for decades. People price that in now as just part of working in that economics sphere. But lately, they've been really cracking down on it. For instance, they just arrested and convicted Chinese intel officer Xu Yanjun for economic espionage. So Department of Justice are beginning to crack down on these spies, essentially, and putting them in prison. So what China is looking for is cutting-edge technology, subject matter experts, scientists, people that know a lot of detailed information about military capabilities or anything in the technology field. And they're seeking those individuals out with a program called Thousand Talents Program. This is just one of many programs China has to try and collect this information. Something that they've been doing in the past is sending their Chinese students over here to our best universities, and then they take that knowledge that they learn in those universities back to China. That is probably the most legitimate way that they're getting their information. The other way is that they have Chinese citizens or people that are maybe even American citizens, but compromised by Chinese intelligence officers that work in these industries. In this case, for 20 years, Ho Zhang was working for a wireless communication company, feeding wireless technology details to Chinese intel. And so he was convicted in June 2020. So Department of Justice cracking down on these. The message really is, if you're a business, be careful of who you hire, do your background checks. And then after you hire your employees, keep an eye on them if they're working in these sensitive fields, because China is looking for individuals, scientists, subject matter experts who can feed them information to save them the R&D. The world is basically the research and development office of China and has been like that for decades. And so the FBI and MI5 are coming out and just saying, be aware that your companies are wasting or spending money on research and development that is being stolen. Try to stop that. All right, let's move on with today's topic of the fleet tracker. What is the U.S. Navy men and women doing around the world? Let's start with Rimpac 2022. I'd promised you an update on this a week ago, and we don't have much yet. I've been, perusing the Public Affairs Office releases, and they've sent a couple photos out, but no real information yet. We do know that the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group is, like the crown piece of this year's Rimpac. They have 26 nations, 38 ships. They're underway right now between Hawaii and the southern coast of California, conducting operations, and that's really all that they've released. And a couple photos that we'll share with you here at the end of the of the lecture here. So Rimpac 2022 is underway. Whenever we have more details, I will tell you what they did. I expect some great footage, like intercepting a ballistic missile, things like that. Lots of missile tests. We'll see what they produce when it's finished. Okay, Philippine Sea. We're moving a little bit farther across the Pacific here. USS Tripoli is underway with 20 F-35B Lightning II Joint Strike Fighters. This is continuing the U.S. Navy's evaluation of the Lightning carrier concept. And what this is we can take our LHAs and LHDs, our marine carrying ships that support them with fixed wing and helo operations, just operating it as if it was a carrier full of 20 Joint Strike Fighters. And this has been going on for a while now. It appears to be quite successful because they're continuing the program. And this would be a great boon to the United States Navy if we can take our marine carrying and support ships and turn them into small, essentially escort carriers. That would greatly increase our power projection to the battlefield around the globe. And it looks like it's working. USS Ronald Reagan Carrier Strike Group is in the Philippine Sea as well, being escorted around by the USS Antietam and Destroyer Squadron 15, all out there doing their things. So big salute to all those sailors. Let's move over to the Ionian Sea. That's over near Europe. Harry S. Truman Carrier Strike Group continues their extended deployment out there. Remember, they were supposed to go to the Persian Gulf, but Ukraine tensions were boiling right when they were getting underway, so they were held up in the Mediterranean by the Secretary of Defense, and they continue to patrol that area. This time they're in the Ionian Sea. It is expected that the George H.W. Bush Carrier Strike Group will relieve them. I have the time frame, but we're not going to make it public until the Navy does. Brest, France is hosting USS Kearsarge in port right now, and all the Marines from the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit, I'm sure they're having a great time in France right now. USS Arlington and Gunston Hall are with her as well. And it is often that you see these three types of vessels together, because you have the Kearsarge, you have the LHA with the LPD, with the LPA. And they all support, the Marines' operations ashore, the amphibious assault group, if you will. Okay, moving into the Atlantic, we have the USS Gerald R. Ford doing a Families and Friends Cruise Day. These are always a good time. This is where you can, grab a limited number. Usually it's like 2 or 3 family and friends, depending on... I imagine on carriers, you could probably bring a lot more than that. And they can all come topside. They go out into the Chesapeake Bay or into the Atlantic just for a day, and they sail around and they do, walk around the ship and get, really detailed tours, because they have lots of time to do it. And sometimes these go overnight. We did a couple overnight on submarines. And on the submarine, 6 hours is about enough for most people, especially younger kids and stuff. They tend to get bored after that. So if you have a chance to go on a family and friends cruise, I highly recommend it. It is definitely worth your time. Just understand, children under the age of 8 or 10 may not have the attention to not get bored, on these longer cruises. But it's definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity if you can not just get a tour of a ship, but actually go underway with it for a day. It's called a Family and Friends Day Cruise. All right, moving over to the Eastern Pacific, basically the west coast of the United States, USS Macon Island. She's continuing training operations over there. No details on what she's doing. Rimpac 2020 was announced as being both in Hawaii and off the southern west coast of the United States. So she might be doing something involved with Rimpac 2022, but the information specifically about the Macon Island did not reference that. So we just know that she's out there doing her thing. So yeah, big salute to all the men and women of the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps out there having a blast doing Rimpac 2022. I can't wait to see more video and footage come out from these operations. As a sailor, you work so hard in workup and maintenance and training. And when you finally get out to sea to actually perform these duties with live fire exercises, coordinating with 38 other vessels, it's really, really fun. And so if you're young and, coming out of high school and thinking about joining the service, I would throw my hat in with the Navy, because this is a good time. It's not always good times, but when the work is done, you always have a great view topside if you're on board a ship. And so big salute to all the sailors of Rimpac 2022. And we'll have another update for you as soon as they publish some information. All right. Well, this has been Fleet Tracker. Thank you to the US Naval Institute for publishing this information. And keep in mind of the FBI and MI5 warnings that China is using your employees to steal your business's technologies and send that information over to China. And if you're an individual, like a subject matter expert, be aware that people contacting you may not be who they say they are. All right. Have a good one. Bye. Bye-bye.